Recurring software meltdowns and endless workshop visits have forced automotive evaluators to strip several former favorites of their recommended status. In this video, we see 9 electric cars Consumer Reports just stopped recommending in 2026. Number 9. Honda Prologue. The Honda Prologue arrived wearing a badge synonymous with bulletproof dependability, yet Consumer Reports has delivered a stunning verdict, placing it among the very least reliable cars of 2026 with a dismal reliability score of just 25. For a Honda, that ranking is almost unthinkable and represents a shocking fall from the standard buyers expect when they see the brand's emblem on the hood. That damning score reflects a vehicle that has genuinely betrayed its reputation. The reason for the Prologue's collapse is that it isn't truly a ground-up Honda at all, but a rebadged product built on General Motors underpinnings, inheriting the same flaws that plagued its GM-based siblings. Owners have documented a genuinely alarming catalog of problems, including brake assist failures, complete brake system failures, all-wheel drive failures, stability control warnings, and a dashboard lighting up with multiple warning lights. Those aren't trivial annoyances but serious safety and mechanical faults on a supposedly brand-new vehicle. The severity of some issues is deeply concerning, with Consumer Reports feedback including an owner whose front axle broke, causing all the transmission fluid to leak out, a catastrophic failure Honda had to repair. Others reported sunroofs that won't close and unnerving braking behavior with sudden, unexpected stops that make the car feel unfinished. Frustrated owners have flooded forums openly warning others to beware, with many expressing serious second thoughts within months of purchase. When a car from the world's most reliability-focused brand generates that volume of alarming complaints and earns a bottom-tier reliability score, Consumer Reports had little choice but to strip away any recommendation. For buyers hoping for classic Honda dependability, the Prologue delivers constant repairs instead, making it a clear example of a once-trusted nameplate that lost Consumer Reports' confidence. Number 8. Lucid Air. The Lucid Air is a technological marvel, a stunning luxury electric sedan celebrated for its record-breaking range and breathtaking performance, yet Consumer Reports has soured on it, saddling the brand with the worst reliability rating among the EVs it reviewed. That's a genuinely damning verdict for a vehicle carrying such a premium price, and it reflects a persistent gap between the Air's dazzling engineering and its real-world dependability. When the most impressive numbers on the spec sheet are undermined by chronic problems, the ownership experience suffers. The overwhelming source of the Air's troubles is software, an area where owners have voiced deep and lasting frustration. One owner slammed the car after 6 months, declaring it just riddled with software glitches and bugs, while another long-term owner condemned the software team's incompetence as unacceptable even after nearly 3 years of ownership. That persistence of digital gremlins over multiple years is exactly the kind of pattern that erodes Consumer Reports' confidence. The reported issues range from Apple connectivity failures to a broad array of nuisance glitches that constantly interrupt what should be a serene luxury experience. The Air has also been subject to multiple recalls, adding to the sense that this beautiful, capable car simply wasn't fully finished when it reached customers. For a vehicle commanding six-figure money in many configurations, buyers rightfully expect near-flawless polish, and the Air's parade of software failures falls well short. While Lucid has worked to improve the software over time, the volume and duration of complaints proved enough for Consumer Reports to withhold its confidence. When a stunning, record-setting luxury EV earns the worst reliability rating in its class and leaves owners battling constant glitches, it represents exactly the kind of vehicle Consumer Reports can no longer recommend, no matter how impressive its headline numbers. Number 7. Audi Q4 e-tron. The Audi Q4 e-tron was meant to be the brand's accessible gateway into electric mobility, but Consumer Reports has flagged it as less reliable than other cars from the same model year, a verdict that undermines the premium promise of the 4-ring badge. For a vehicle carrying Audi's prestige and price, falling below average on dependability is a genuine disappointment, and it reflects a pattern of problems that has soured the ownership experience for too many buyers. The Q4 e-tron has been subject to multiple recalls across its model years, signaling recurring quality concerns rather than isolated flukes. Owners have voiced particular frustration with the vehicle's electrical and software systems, with a common and aggravating complaint centering on 12-volt battery issues serious enough that Audi issued a technical bulletin to expedite diagnosis and repair, and Transport Canada acknowledged the problem as well. When a low-voltage battery fault becomes widespread enough to warrant official bulletins, it points to a genuine engineering weakness. Beyond the battery troubles, owners have reported clunky, glitch-prone infotainment software that undermines the polished experience buyers expect at this price point, turning simple tasks into exercises in frustration. That software unreliability is exactly the kind of issue that generates repeat trips to the dealer. The Q4 e-tron also suffers from feeling like aging technology in a fast-moving segment, with range and charging figures that once impressed but now look merely average, making its reliability shortcomings even harder to forgive. When you combine repeated recalls, persistent electrical gremlins, and buggy software on a vehicle commanding luxury money, Consumer Reports had good reason to withhold its recommendation. For buyers expecting dependable, premium electric motoring, the Q4 e-tron delivers frustration and repair visits instead, cementing its place among the EVs that lost the organization's confidence in 2026. Number 6. Cadillac Lyriq. The Cadillac Lyriq was meant to spearhead Cadillac's electric revival with striking style and genuine luxury, yet its reliability troubles have been severe enough to undermine that flagship ambition and cost it the confidence of owners and reviewers alike. The most alarming reports involve the vehicle completely bricking, with one exasperated owner describing how their Lyriq had totally bricked 7 separate times, leaving them stranded and questioning their decision while still early into their lease. When a luxury vehicle repeatedly renders itself undrivable, it transforms ownership from a pleasure into an ordeal. The catalog of software troubles is extensive and genuinely disruptive, with owners documenting infotainment freezes, driver assistance systems deactivating unexpectedly, and even unexpected powertrain shutdowns. Those aren't minor annoyances but serious malfunctions that affect the fundamental drivability and safety of the vehicle, making everyday driving feel unpredictable and stressful. For a car wearing the prestigious Cadillac crest, that level of unreliability is a genuine embarrassment. Compounding the technical woes, owners have voiced frustration with GM's support and service experience, describing difficulty getting problems resolved promptly, which turns each malfunction into a prolonged headache rather than a quick fix. When the vehicle keeps failing and the support system struggles to keep pace, ownership becomes a cycle of frustration and repeated repair visits. Even owners who genuinely appreciate the Lyriq's design and comfort acknowledge a mounting list of disappointments that temper their enthusiasm considerably. That volume of serious software complaints paints a troubling picture for a flagship electric luxury vehicle. When a Cadillac bricks repeatedly and leaves owners battling both the car and the support system, it clearly delivers constant repairs rather than serene luxury, making it exactly the kind of vehicle Consumer Reports can no longer stand behind with a recommendation. Number 5. Kia EV9. The Kia EV9 launched to widespread acclaim as a spacious, handsome 3-row electric SUV that seemed to have everything going for it, yet Consumer Reports has delivered a harsh reality check, placing it among the least reliable cars of 2026. That ranking marks a stunning reversal for a vehicle that earned so many early accolades, and it reflects a wave of problems that has left owners contending with far more repairs than they bargained for. The EV9's troubles are wide-ranging and serious. Owners have reported issues spanning the EV battery, including replacement needs, charging problems, body hardware, electrical accessories, and in-car electronics. A genuinely broad spread of faults that points to deeper quality concerns rather than isolated glitches. The vehicle has also been hit with multiple recalls, including one covering nearly 23,000 examples over missing seat bolts in the second and third rows that posed safety risks, and additional electrical safety recalls. Those recalls underscore the pattern of quality issues plaguing the model. Software has been a particular sore point, with 2026 owners reporting black screens, audio cutouts, and CarPlay connectivity problems after updates, alongside a recall tied to instrument panel display failures. One owner described a dealership struggling for nearly 3 months to fix their vehicle, repeatedly receiving the wrong parts, exactly the kind of prolonged repair ordeal that erodes confidence. When a highly praised family SUV generates that volume of battery, electrical, and software complaints, plus multiple safety recalls and drawn-out repair experiences, Consumer Reports had ample reason to pull its confidence. For buyers who chose the EV9 expecting dependable family transportation, the reality of constant repairs has proven deeply disappointing, making it a clear example of an acclaimed EV that lost its standing in 2026. Number 4. Audi Q6 e-tron. The Audi Q6 e-tron was positioned as one of Audi's most important new electric SUVs, built on a fresh platform meant to showcase the brand's electric future, yet Consumer Reports has flagged it among the least reliable EVs of 2026, a damning verdict for such a high-profile launch. That ranking reflects a troubling pattern of problems that has emerged on a vehicle buyers expected to represent Audi's best electric effort yet. Owners have reported a frustrating array of software and electrical glitches from early in ownership. Common complaints center on the MMI infotainment system, with drivers describing it glitching and refusing to connect to Apple CarPlay, requiring hard resets to restore function. Others have documented difficulty getting the plug and charge feature to work reliably, along with audio glitches affecting the radio and media playback, exactly the kinds of nagging faults that turn everyday driving into an exercise in frustration. The Q6 e-tron has also been subject to multiple recalls, reinforcing the sense that the vehicle reached customers before it was fully sorted. Owner reviews have been pointed, with buyers citing technology, reliability, and manufacturing quality among their chief complaints, and one describing the car as having a lot of potential but not fully baked. That verdict captures the gap between Audi's ambition and the vehicle's real-world execution. Even a 7-month owner cataloged faults and shortcomings that fell short of the expected standard for a premium Audi. When a flagship new electric SUV generates that volume of software, electrical, and quality complaints along with repeated recalls, Consumer Reports had solid grounds to withhold its recommendation. For buyers who invested in the Q6 e-tron expecting polished, dependable luxury, the reality of recurring glitches and repair visits has proven a genuine letdown, landing it firmly among the EVs that lost the organization's confidence. Number 3. Genesis GV60. The Genesis GV60 is a beautifully crafted and distinctive luxury electric SUV that impressed on first acquaintance, yet Consumer Reports has delivered a harsh assessment, finding it much less reliable than other cars from its model year. That verdict is especially disappointing given the premium positioning and price of the vehicle, and it reflects a pattern of problems that has left owners frustrated and facing repairs that undermine the luxury experience. The GV60's reliability woes are extensive. Consumer Reports noted the vehicle has been recalled multiple times by NHTSA, covering issues ranging from seatbelts to the rear drive shaft, and owners have documented a troubling variety of faults. One particularly notable and widely discussed problem involves the ICCU, or Integrated Charging Control Unit, a known weak point across Hyundai Group EVs that can cause charging failures and even leave vehicles unable to fully charge or, in some cases, stranded. That kind of fundamental charging fault is precisely the sort of issue that erodes confidence in an expensive EV. Owners have also reported that parts are not readily available and repair expertise is in short supply for the GV60, meaning that when problems do arise, fixing them can become a prolonged and painful ordeal. One long-term owner cataloged 10 separate issues that plagued their GV60 over 3 years, describing problems Genesis either couldn't or wouldn't fix, a damning account of ownership. Complaints about unusually high repair and maintenance costs further compound the frustration. When a luxury electric SUV generates that volume of charging faults, multiple recalls, scarce parts, and a below-average reliability rating, Consumer Reports had clear justification to pull its confidence. For buyers who chose the GV60 for its style and prestige, the reality of constant repairs has proven a costly disappointment, cementing its place on this list. Number 2. Rivian R1T. The Rivian R1T is a genuinely impressive and capable electric truck that earned widespread critical acclaim, yet Consumer Reports has identified it among the least reliable EVs of 2026, a verdict rooted in the sheer volume of problems that has plagued owners, particularly of earlier production examples. That ranking reflects the reality that behind the R1T's outstanding capability lies a dependability record that has tested even the most enthusiastic owner's patience. As a product from a relatively young automaker still refining its manufacturing, the R1T has been prone to the teething problems common to new companies, but the scale has been striking. One owner recounted selling their early production R1T after just 3 years having submitted a staggering 17 repair requests over 54,000 miles, an extraordinary number of service visits for a single vehicle. That frequency turns ownership into a near-constant relationship with Rivian's repair network. While Rivian's mobile service that comes to your home is a genuine bright spot that eases the pain somewhat, the underlying reality is that these trucks have needed frequent fixing, which is exactly what drove down their reliability standing. For buyers wanting dependable, hassle-free capability, the R1T's repair-heavy reputation cost it Consumer Reports confidence, making it a prominent entry on this list. Number 1. Chevrolet Blazer EV. The Chevrolet Blazer EV tops this list because its reliability troubles were so severe that they culminated in one of the most dramatic quality failures in recent memory, a full stop sale by General Motors, and a subsequent loss of confidence that Consumer Reports could not overlook. GM was forced to halt sales of the Blazer EV entirely due to serious software issues discovered after launch, effectively admitting the car was too broken to keep selling. When a manufacturer stops selling its own brand-new vehicle, it represents the ultimate confirmation of a reliability crisis. The software problems that triggered the halt were genuinely severe. Owners experienced intermittent failures of the in-vehicle screens, and one long-term test vehicle threw a devastating 23 fault codes at once, including an issue related to DC fast charging that struck at the very heart of the car's usability as an EV. When the system needed to charge the vehicle malfunctions, the car becomes fundamentally unreliable for its intended purpose, and early buyers were left contending with a vehicle whose electronic brain was prone to failing. Beyond the headline stop sale, owners also complained about persistent connectivity frustrations, including phone integration that would repeatedly disconnect during even short drives, adding daily aggravation atop the more serious faults. The Blazer EV required a major software update to address its problems, meaning early buyers had to endure the frustration while GM scrambled to fix a car it had already sold them. Even used market shoppers now openly question whether it remains a software problem child. When a mainstream electric SUV generates enough serious failures to warrant a complete sales halt and a barrage of fault codes, it stands as the definitive example of an EV that lost Consumer Reports confidence, earning its place at number 1. And with this, we have reached the end of this video. Make sure to like it and subscribe the channel for future upcoming videos.